Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure you can tell by the title of this video and from my face that we are doing an updated brow routine. So I filmed a brow routine I think in like 2016, so it's obviously time to do another one because I have changed some products. For my go-to brow routine, I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown, and this is what it looks like. I do love her pencils, but they just don't last. I was running through them like that. So they do cost more than the pomade. So I went back to this because this will last me about half a year, if not a year. Like, it lasts so long. The only downfall is it can dry out, but if you make sure to screw the top on tightly, you'll be fine. So I use the pomade, and then I also use her little brow brush. This is a miniature one. I don't know, I like the miniature one. I don't know why, it's just easier for me to hold and to flip it around. So I use these two products, and then to go ahead and sculpt out my brows, I use my concealer, Tarte Shape Concealer in Tan, and a MAC flat definer brush. You can use a Morphe one too, but I need this to do my brows because it helps carve it out and just make sure everything looks nice and crisp. And then to top it off, we're going to use the this is the Anastasia Beverly Hills tutorial at this point. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Clear Brow Gel. I mean, she's the queen of brows, so this is what we're going to use to top it off. So I'm going to zoom you in so you guys can see, and let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and take a little with my brush. This is about all you need for both brows, and I put it on the back of my hand. I kind of just use a little at a time. My brows look atrocious because I never get my brows done. I just do them myself, so don't judge, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and brush them outwards and upwards. Do that for both brows. And we're gonna start with the left brow. I'm gonna go ahead and start towards the top and just form a nice line. I'm doing short strokes. You don't wanna do long strokes because it's not gonna look very natural. So after that's in there, I'm just gonna kind of push it downwards, and then I'm gonna brush it out forwards, just to make sure we don't get too much product buildup. And as you see, I've only used a little bit of product, and look how much fuller our middle brow is already. I'm gonna now use whatever's left on this brush and push it forward. And I'm just following the bottom of my brow. Okay? So that's that. We're gonna come back to the front of the brow. I'm gonna grab a little more product because your tail of the brow, you want that to be more darker than the front. So I'm at the bottom now, and I'm following the base of my brow. And I just pull that out. I know that's a little long, so we're probably gonna shorten that. And then I kind of pull this one down to meet the end. And then you just kind of fill it in. I'm gonna grab a little more product to fill it in. And again, I'm using short motions to mimic brow hair in a sense. So now I'm just gonna spoolie it out. It's imperative to have this spoolie, guys, or else your brows are not gonna look natural. Alright, so I'm gonna brush up a little here. Okay, so now for the front. It's my favorite part because this is where I mimic the brow hairs. So as we have a little product down here, I'm gonna add a little more on the brush. You don't want too much. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start at the front here and literally just start doing little strokes up and down, like so. And I brush it out a little. So that's one brow done. I'm gonna do the other one really quickly, so I'm not gonna talk through it. I'm just gonna zip through so you guys can just watch me do that brow. Okay, so I'm gonna take some Tarte Shape Tape concealer. This is my favorite concealer to use just because it dries matte and it's full coverage, so it's gonna cover up any excess hair that you have not plucked, like me. And I'm gonna use my flat definer brush, and I put it on both sides of the brush. I'm gonna start with this eyebrow again, and I'm gonna start at the bottom and just kind of move back and forth. So do you see how easy it is with this brush just to get a clean, precise line? And I'm gonna push it towards the front. I bring this product down pretty far just so it blends in nicely. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other one to make sure that they're twins. I do the bottoms first, then move on to the top, just to make sure that they're both even. So this brow was a little thick, so I went ahead and moved the concealer up a little higher to go ahead and cover up some of that brow product. You wanna make sure they're completely even. It's so hard for me to talk during that. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the top. I start at the middle, push it backwards. And I find it easier if I just do long strokes because it's easier for me. And then with barely any product left on that side, I go ahead and push it forward to go ahead and even out our brow. So you see it already looks less harsh. Thank you, Jesus. And I'm gonna do the same to the other side. Let's go ahead and elongate this one a little. And now it's time to blend it out. Okay, so to blend it out, I use my MAC 227 brush. And so all I'm gonna do is just kind of move it back and forth and blend it in. It's simple as that. Okay, so towards the front of the brows, to make it look more natural, I go ahead and push it on top just a little to make sure the product towards the front isn't super harsh. And I did a little too much on this side, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some product back. So these are the finished brows. I'm gonna go ahead and take my beauty blender and blend out these edges. Normally I do my brows first. So I just wanna make sure all blends in with my foundation and concealer and everything, which I feel like it does. So I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I take whatever comes out on the tip of the wand and that's what I use. I use that to brush it through. And I push it towards the back, and then when I come to the front, I just push upwards. Again, to make those hairs look more defined. This is clear just because I don't want to add any more product because that pomade's already pretty dark. And it's a pretty full coverage product. Alright guys, so here's the finished look. I know everybody does their brows differently, so this is just how I do mine. I don't like a full boxed front of my brow just because it makes you look angry. So I like it more diffused out like it is here. And I like a really defined tail. So if you want to see any other updated routines like my foundation routine or like my everyday makeup routine, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And I'll catch y'all next Wednesday. Thank you for tuning in. As always, if you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.